everyone, I'm in beautiful Balboa Park, San Diego, in this wonderful rose garden, and I was reflecting on it, and you can see how many just different roses there are and how beautiful they are. They're really stunning. And I was thinking about it, and when we come to Christ and when a person becomes a Christian, a lot of times there's this question of, well, why do I have to focus on sin? And I know that's come up a couple times for me, talking with people, for example, with my grandpa, where he was like, why are people always saying that I'm a sinner? He's like, I don't think I'm a sinner. I haven't done anything wrong. And it's really through the recognition of our sin that we realize that we need to be forgiven. And it's how we kind of initiate that relationship with Christ. Because if we don't have sin, or if we don't recognize that we have sin, then why would we need to be forgiven? And when we call Jesus our Savior, what is he saving us from but hell? So if a person doesn't have this knowledge of their own sin, they're not relating to Jesus properly, because they're not allowing him to save them. They're just maybe thinking of him as a friend or a teacher or some kind of a spiritual mentor. But reality, the moment a person becomes saved and receives Christ, it's probably the worst moment of your life, because that's when you realize that you really need it. And when you realize that, it's such a bottoming out moment in your life. For me, I was crying. And it came from reading the book of Ezekiel, chapters 22 and 23, and just seeing that God is a God of wrath for our sin, and God's not happy with me in my current state without Christ. And I started thinking back on my life and all of the people that I've hurt, and it was very unflattering for me, but it was such a great experience, because I started thinking, like, I had this friend in high school that really wanted to be friends with me, and I really hurt her self-esteem. I was really unkind to her. I thought back on things that I had done, mistakes that I had made, how I had been disrespectful to my parents, and all these things that I had done that had broken God's holy law and that had offended him. And it was in that moment that I realized that I do deserve hell. And if you read the prophets in the Bible, like Ezekiel is great, I would recommend starting there, but Isaiah as well, Lamentations, for example. You really see how God is angry with us for our sin, but that fear of God is what causes us to cling to him. And in that moment, that's when I realized that if I don't receive Christ, I am going to go to hell. And it was the most beautiful gift, and that it was a hard moment, but it was followed by the happiest moment of my life, because I realized I'm forgiven. I'm putting my punishment on Jesus instead. And it brought such peace to my life. And in that moment, I became born again. I transferred the punishment that I deserve onto Christ, and I clung to him as my Lord and Savior forever and ever. And I know that I'll be in heaven one day. And I suggest everyone does the same. It's the most beautiful thing you can imagine.